I got this in the mail the other day, and I finally opened it up today. Look at that. I got a record player. It is the Audio-Technica LP60X. There it is. And I took it out of the packaging, and this is what it looks like, okay? I honestly have no idea how to actually set this up, but they gave a quick start guide, so I got to read through this. It also came with this thing in the mail, or in the package I should say, and there's like some metal plate. I'm assuming I have to put this inside this record player, so hopefully this will explain what exactly it is. But for those of you who don't know, I've owned records for a while now. At my old apartment, I used to have like a record wall, and I had it as like display, but I never had an actual record player. So after I moved to this apartment, I sold off a good chunk of my records, but I held on to some of them because I figured I'll buy an actual record player and I can actually listen to the music. So let me show you what I have. So this is everything that I kept from the record wall. And I do plan to listen to this. So I have Tom Misch, okay. I have Eagles, Desperado. I want to get more Eagles records. They're probably one of my favorite bands to listen to. This is Post Malone. This is his first album. I guess like his first main album with like White Iverson. This one it's very plain and white, but this is John Mayer's Continuum. And then lastly, I have John Mayer's Paradise Valley. Probably my favorite John Mayer album. I do plan to collect all of John Mayer's works. I should say his records, because he's my favorite artist of all time, and I love every single album. I love all of his songs. Okay, so I added this like plate thing here, and I added a disc. Honestly, I have no idea if I'm doing this right, because I looked at these directions and it's very general, so I had to pull up a video on YouTube on how to set this up. And like, how does this thing work? Like, do I just place it down? Like, is that right? I have no idea. And when I move this around, I hear like a noise. Is that supposed to happen? I just want to make sure I'm not breaking this thing. All right, so I have it plugged in, and look, it's spinning by itself. There's no noise coming out because I need to plug in actual speakers. But apparently this stylus, I'm not supposed to manually move it around. Apparently I was doing it wrong. Because I guess for this model that I have, if you have like, I think it's currently on like an automatic feature. So it just automatically does it for you. So as soon as you put in your disc, as soon as you plug it in and press start, this will just automatically move for you. So let me show the back side. Okay, so oh, okay, I don't know. I thought there was supposed to be an automatic button. Maybe it's just this. It's one of these buttons. Let's see what happens if I stop it. Whoa! Whoa, it stopped. Whoa. Okay, okay. Okay, that's cool. All right, so I have these speakers. These plugs do not go into the speaker that I have, so I need to get some actual speakers. I could order them online, but I really want to try this thing out right now. I really want to try it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I don't know. Hey, I got it to work. I went to the store. I got some speakers. The brand of the speakers is called Edifier. And it comes with 2 speakers, but I only have one of them plugged in. But look at this. It's working. Look at that. It's coming out of that. Oh. Now all I need is like a stand. Because I'm only using one speaker right now. There's, this speaker right here. So I got to figure out like where to put this in my apartment. I think I'm going to put it like right next to the TV. Hopefully I have enough room. Hopefully I can find a stand that like fits that, because it's kind of a narrow space that I want it in. So hopefully later in this video I'll have everything set up. All right, so I got a shelf for my record player, and it fits perfectly in this corner of my living area. It fits the record player perfectly on the top. So here is how it looks. As you see, I got the basketball going on, and San Antonio is up by over 20 points right now. But anyways, this is the setup. Look, I got the record player, Paper Doll, Paradise Valley, great song. John Mayer, great guy, my favorite singer. Paradise Valley, great album. And so this is being held on this statue. This guy's from a Slam Dunk. So I put that there, and then I placed this like this whale thing right here. So it's almost like a record stand. And then these are the Edifier speakers. So it's sitting on this shelf. I have this one right here as well, but I only need one speaker. I don't think I need 2. And then I have my records here. And then I have this like pop figure as like I guess like to hold it. So I have all of this room. I have all of these empty shelves. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but isn't this nice? Look at the setup, and it fits perfectly in this corner. So I am very happy about that. Very happy with this. All right, so it's past midnight right now. I should be going to sleep. It's only, I guess it's technically Thursday, so there's still 2 more days until the freaking weekend, which is kind of annoying. But you know how earlier I was showing the score and the Spurs are up by 20 points? At one point they were up by over, like, I think 29 points, so almost 30 points, and the Spurs freaking lost. So Knicks are up 3-1. Me personally, I'm rooting for the Spurs, but like, at the end of the day, I don't care who wins. But man, Spurs, you were up by 29 points and you still lose the game. That's pretty sad. All right, so I just got out the shower not too long ago. I'm just doing some steps on my walking pad. It's currently 5:30 and I'm about 8,000 steps in, so making some good progress today. If you're still watching this video at this point, and if you have been watching my videos on my channel, and if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna start doing this more often in my videos, and I feel weird having to ask this question, but I think it actually is pretty effective if I do, because I noticed, at least in the last video that I posted, people actually subscribed. So, you know, I'm on the path to hitting 500 subscribers, and my thought process is, if you're still watching at this very point, like, you're somewhat interested in watching my content. So, you know, if you aren't already subscribed, like, what are you doing, you know? So I really want to hit that 500 goal. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start asking in my videos. It just feels so weird to ask, but it's effective, so I'm gonna start doing it. But you know, as I'm walking, a couple updates that I want to share is, the other day I went to my used bookstore in Manassas, Virginia, and I have a lot of store credit because I usually sell off all of my old books, mostly manga, and I get store credit when I, you know, trade in the books. So I had all of this store credit and I just wasn't using it. So I decided to get something different. I bought three manga, I guess they're all one-shots, from an author by the name of Junji Ito. Now, if anybody here is a manga reader, you've probably heard of this name. He is known for writing horror manga, and I decided to give it a try. Now, the thing is about me, I don't like horror, like, movies, and I've never really read a horror manga series. But I decided, you know what? I have all the store credit. I want to branch out a bit in terms of, like, what I read for my manga. So I'm going to give this a try. So I bought 3 titles. One is called Gyo. The second one is called Tomi. And then the third one is called No Longer Human. That one is based off of a novel that was not written by Junji Ito. So I guess this is like Junji Ito's adaptation of the novel. So, like, in his twist, basically. And I could not finish any of them. I think Gyo was the most, like, interesting one for me. I found it more funny than scary. That one, like, the first half was pretty strong for me. It was a bit of a page turner for me, but then I just got really, really bored of it. Tomi, the premise sounded the most interesting to me, so I thought I was gonna enjoy that one the most. Did not like it. No Longer Human, I had no idea what was going on. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read that much of it, but I could just tell. I can tell within the first couple chapters if I'm, like, really gonna like a series or not. So unfortunately, I did not like any of them, so I'm not gonna hold on to any of them. And next time I go back to the used bookstore, I'm gonna give it back. So, just a random update there. Something else is I recently booked tickets to Japan. So, I'm going to Japan later this year, and I'm going with some of my closest friends, and I'm honestly so excited for it. My friends and I, we've been doing some planning. I've been watching a lot of, like, Japan content on YouTube, watching a lot of people's, like, itinerary videos and like everything I ate in Japan videos. Like, I'm really excited. I'm honestly more excited for, like, the food and, like, going to some of the stores. Me personally, I could care less about, like, history and, like, museums and, like, the historical stuff. I don't care. Not one single bit. I don't care. I'm not saying that like I'm not gonna go visit that kind of stuff. Like I'll probably still visit that kind of stuff, but it's just like, for me, it's just like, if we don't go to any of that, like I'll be totally fine. But yeah, it's still like still months out, until this trip happens, but the time always flies by fast, especially in the summertime. The summer flies by fast for me because it's usually my favorite season. Or no, what am I saying? It is my favorite season. And I'm not gonna lie, right now, at this very moment, I feel good. I feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty good. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just bored right now. I'm just walking. Probably walk for a couple more minutes on here, and then I'll heat up some food, and then I'll go to my climbing gym. But yeah, just wanted to give some random life updates while I walk on my little walking pad, just to give some raw updates on my life. I would love to do more podcasts. Like, in terms of all the different kinds of videos that I do, I would say my podcasts are my most favorite. Like, where I'm just talking about, whether it's like sharing a story, sharing my views on whatever topic, giving advice. But I would like to do more videos on just me talking about everyday things, my everyday life. I really enjoy when I listen to somebody, like when I watch videos of people talking, and it feels more like just like a friend talking to you. I like that kind of content a lot. And it's something where I want to try more of it. I think my fear is just that, like, my life is very, I do the same stuff pretty much every single day. Like, I have my set routine and schedule, so it's like it's nothing like super exciting. So it's literally just me holding myself back on this. But yeah, that's I think that's everything I want to share at the very moment. But right now I feel pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.